Hello, welcome to Driven It. Tinker time with a little bit of a few nerdy facts. I'm going to tell you something that I discovered many years ago with my VWT2 sliding door here. And when I told people about this, they thought I was a bit of a lunatic. So I just keep looking out for the men with the white coats, I know, right? Because when I told people about this, honestly, they were like, shut the front door. And I was like, no, shut the sliding door. Anyway, I'll tell you more about that after this. VW sliding door was a bit of an engineering feat of genius. You see, back in, and do comment if I have got the date wrong, because I can't actually find the dates, but bay windows came out in '68, and I think the sliding door was available from about 65, 66 as the M code M161, 162, 163. Now, it's all to do with sliding door on one side, twin sliding doors, or a sliding door on the microbus. Because on the split screen, they had twin doors that opened up. Now, as a camper van, that is genius and absolutely lovely, because if you look at a split screen camper van, people have usually got units on the doors. So when you shut the doors, the units are inside. Open the doors, the units are outside. Genius. Absolutely a lovely feature, and sometimes I really wish that this thing had those twin doors. Hasn't got sliding doors. In a car park, this is beautiful. But yes, this was a stroke of genius. You see, back then in about 1965-66, sliding doors were not available on any van. And you look at road tests of the day, and they all had either, like VW, the twin doors, or one big massive door, like the Ford Transit, which sometimes didn't come with a sliding door. It came with front drivers' sliding doors, but no passenger or rear cargo compartment sliding doors. So yeah, this was a stroke of genius, and it was the later part of the split screen where I think sort of VW engineered it and perfected it, and used really the split screen as a bit of a test bed, as some manufacturers did back on some of their old cars as they were about to supersede it into something new. But yes, the sliding door on the VW is genius. However, when you are camping, it has a bit of a problem. And actually, this is a problem that actually sometimes affects campers around you, as we discovered, and very immaturely, we dealt with it because we're wankers. All comes down to your sliding door. You see, when you're at a campsite, sometimes with these doors, if they're not set up properly, you have to slam it a couple of times. Now, if I slam my door, hang on, I've got to try to think how I'm going to shut this because of this feature, and I've taken it off. Shut the door, it's quite loud. And you go, oh, bloody hell. And they call it swish bloody bang, because at the campsite you just hear swish bang, swish bang. And we have been told off by some campers many years ago, because we were drinking and then going to our vans, and there was about 8 of us, and all we heard was swish bang, 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 bang. And the people in the tents started shouting out. So we started shouting out, shut up with your zips. I think they shouted out something with your bloody doors. And we were shouting out, shut up with your zips, because, you know, we were drunk and stupid. Anyway, so it comes to these holes here. Now, if you have a sliding door on your T2 and you've got these 2 holes here, you'll go, what the bloody hell is that for? Because no one tells you. Right, so it comes down to these holes. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think if your camper van is a converted panel van, and a lot of them in the UK were, you might not have this, because I don't think this was a feature on panel vans. I don't think they had this thing put into the door frame. But if you have got a van that should have proper VW windows, you may well have this. You see, because these 2 things here, and it's like, what the hell? Now, when I bought Barry, he had this little bracket, this little square edged piece that just mounted here. So I'm going to mount that and then go to the next part, because it does get quite exciting. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't, but it does if you are anything like me. Don't be like me. It can be scary at times. So when I got Barry, he had this bracket just mounted here on the door. He didn't have this natty bit of trim that I put that, and he wasn't full of books, because I couldn't find the door card, so I made something up with wallpaper. But anyway, so this thing here, and I was like, what the hell is it for? Now, I did find an owner's handbook for the Westphalia Campmobile, and I went, ooh, and as I was just thumbing through it, as you do, I discovered this thing, and I was like, no way. Yeah, way. Silent door latch at the rear of the sliding door. And you go, or as some people call it, the silent door handle. Now, yeah, you could sue the arse off Volkswagen because it doesn't make it silent. It doesn't, but it does make a big difference. Now, Westfalia go on to say, you can now close the sliding door silently without slamming it shut. You should never really have it shut. These should be smooth as silk. Slide the door forward until you see the grab handle at the back of the door. Pull the handle to close the sliding door. Ooh. Now, VW did do something with their sliding door anyway, with one of the handles on, I think, the earlier model. When you close it too, and then you move the handle, if it's all set up properly, it brings itself in. And I think that was, a mate of mine had one, I think it was about 1974. The handle, you moved it, and it pulled it in, but later on they didn't. I think, I might be dreaming some of this, honestly. That's why I think the men in the white coats are coming for me. However, so what goes on there? Well, I'll tell you what goes on there, because this is the brilliant bit. It's the door handle. But this isn't just any old door handle.
Oh yes, it bloody well is.
Okay, yes, it is just a normal door handle, because it's the same door handle. Hang on, I've got to try and get my sliding door open now. That's here. Now, I don't know if you can see that. You can possibly see that. Hang on, let me turn it there. What's that? It's a generic door handle. However, see, this is why you need this, because I have to slam the door shut. But with this, where's my little washer? I've got a washer up here somewhere. You, with that bracket, with just your normal door handle, because it's got a square thing. See, and now you're looking at it going, oh my God, isn't that genius? And the answer is, yes, this is bloody genius. And this really is. And it is the simplest of things. Now, as I say, you can retrofit something. You can probably retrofit many things. You have to bear in mind, you have to use this recess. If you put it here, you're probably likely to catch something on the side of your door. And then you put the little cap in. Right, now this is where it gets interesting, because once I open the door again, okay, I haven't got to slam the door now. And this is a little bit silent, because I bring the door here, I grab the handle. How lovely is that? Let's do it again. Hang on, can't bloody, oh, do you know, I've got my cooker unit in the wrong bloody place, because it's slid forward. So, yeah, door here, put that here, and then just go. Oh, hello. Saucy bitch, isn't it? Now, for you people into your VW T2s, you'll be sitting there going, I bet that's really, really expensive. And I bet you can't find that through the auto jumbles because, yeah, and if you do find it, someone's going to charge you a lot of money. Well, no, they're not. And I can tell you why. NLA VW parts are your friends. I tell you now, for not just Westfalia parts, but some of the really, really peculiar parts, they are your people to go to. I have bought so many bits from them, obscure bits really, that they have had remanufactured, and they are not, I'll be honest with you, a lot of money. I think they are really, really well priced. However, I'm going to tell you about this because they do a kit where they do two parts really. They do just that little bracket or they do a whole kit. Now, to be honest with you, if you buy the bits separately, it works out the same. That whole kit, bracket, bolts, you need the right size bolts, otherwise it goes through your panel, handle, the little cap, washers and all that stuff, £34.40. And it is their product code C9785. I will post up a picture. And possibly in the description put a link where you can buy one from, because it is absolutely brilliant. So you see, I'm not a lunatic. White coats. I'm not a lunatic. I didn't dream the silent door handle, but yeah, that is the silent door handle. And I tell you now, it makes a huge difference, particularly when you've got a layout like mine, or most of the Westphalias that have got a unit behind the sliding door, because getting to the handle is difficult, and to shut the door is really, really more difficult. But this, slide it through. Let's do it one more time. Yes, let's do it one more time, because I know you all want to see it again. So, the door to, you go, oh, one-handed job, right? Anchor, what? Yeah, so there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have got one of these, go out and buy that, because I tell you something, campers around you might love you for it. Piece of piss. Anyway, mind you go, take care. See you soon.